another world. You in the real world here. Welcome to our show. I'll be your host today, Brother Benjamin Shabazz, and we have another very special guest, Brother Julius. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How you doing, brother?
Good, good.
All right. And we're going to continue our synopsis, so to speak, of the movies out here. And we call it the movie review. So we went and seen a lot of movies, and we want to give you our perspective on it, whether you should go see it or not, whether you should bring your children to see it or not, or whether you should just stay home and wait for it to come on DVD. So we want to open up, as always, asking for the Creator's protection and guidance in all that we do and say. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. With the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Ameen. All right. So, Brother Julius, we'll start off with you. What's the movie that you've seen, and give us your breakdown on it?
Well, I saw one you saw, which was Boo 2, Medea.
Okay.
And I saw Jigsaw. So, do you want me to do Jigsaw and then Boo and then?
Yeah, let's do Jigsaw.
Okay. Jigsaw is like a series of movies. It's kind of like the Fast and Furious. Like, there might be like 7 of them. And it started in the early 2000s. I watched the first one and this last one. I'm not abreast on the whole story, but basically, in the Jigsaw killer in this last movie has passed away, and then all of a sudden, killings start happening again, and there's 2 detectives, which are, let me see, Detective Halloran, who's played by Colin Keith Rennie, and Detective Keith Hunt, played by Clay Bennett. And then there's some medical examiners, who's Logan Nelson, played by Matt Passmore, and Eleanor Bonneville, played by Hannah Emily Anderson. And what happens is the detectives suspect that the medical examiner, Eleanor Bonneville, is the copycat Jigsaw killer. So it's basically the medical examiner and the detectives suspect each other of being the killer. Like, the Logan Nelson suspects that Detective Holloman framed Eleanor Bonneville. And so it's a real graphic movie, a lot of blood and, pain. And I would compare this Jigsaw series to stories you hear about the French Revolution and the people being beheaded and stuff like that. So it's definitely not for kids, and it's definitely not for people who don't like a lot of violence. So not giving too much of the movie away, but that's my review.
Okay, so were there any stars in it, like cameo appearances?
There is Tobin Bell. He's a pretty famous actor, and he's the Jigsaw killer. That's the only famous actor, and he's not that famous, but you know him when you see him. But it's mostly like B-roll actors, not famous actors.
Okay. So now just let me get this straight in my head now. Is this series of movies, those movies where these people get stuck in some kind of room and they can't get out?
Yes, it's like you maybe call it a killing game, or something.
Yeah.
And so, like, in the first movie, this lady had a trap on her head, and she had to kill somebody to get out of the trap. And everybody who gets trapped in these rooms has killed somebody, either accidentally, through negligence, or purposely. And so the jigsaw killer wants to help the person remedy their wrongs. That's his logic.
Also, his logic is supposed to be
Like a dark angel or
beneficial to the people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't never seen one of them.
You should see the first one.
I'm gonna try to see this one.
Yeah, all right.
All right. So Jigsaw. All right. So now, what was the next one we was talking about?
Medea Boo 2.
All right. Let's do that one together.
Okay. You could go first.
Well, I always want my grandchildren, to be up on some of this high-tech nonsense that's out here that affects people's minds, you know.
Right.
So in other words, I like to go see the movie first,
Right.
to see if it's going to be harmful or not. And Medea, on the level of the fact that it's a man dressed as a woman, we already understand that part of it. Okay.
Right.
So it's already past the point of reality right there. See.
Right.
And all her movies are really kind of disrespectful to black men, disgraceful, and et cetera, et cetera. But they're comedy.
Right.
And he's putting them out one after the other, kind of like
Right.
Fast and Furious. There's one coming out every holiday almost. So I went to check it out. And all the stuff we just discussed, what I saw in the movie that was socially redeeming, especially for our young adults,
Yeah.
is the fact that how his daughter that wasn't living with him, was being treated by her mother. They was giving her everything, and she kept talking about, I'm 18, I'm grown, and all this kind of stuff. And that's how most teenagers be thinking.
Right.
And then she was going to completely go off the hook, cross the line of morality by getting ready to sleep with this dude, on this Halloween party that they were having.
Right.
And so I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah. The daughter is played by Diamond White, and her name was Tiffany. And she had a friend who was with her that's Inna Sarkis, and her character was Gabriella, but they didn't mention that in the movie. And the mother was, let me see if I can find it. I think Taja V. Simpson was the mother. And also Tito Ortiz, a UFC fighter, played Gabriella's father.
Okay, I know he looked familiar.
Yeah. So basically what happens is Tyler Perry, who's his character in the movie is Brian. Then he plays Uncle Joe in Medea. But his daughter wants to go to this party at a lake that's like haunted because some kids got killed at this lake like years prior, and they never found the people who killed them. So, and the mom, like Tyler Perry says she can't go, but the mom says she can. And so that's the conflict there. And so when they get to the lake, people start coming up missing. And so that's basically it without giving away the movie.
Well, the thing about it is that the girls got scared.
Right.
Yeah, they were scared to death.
Right.
And they got what they call the bejeebies scared out of them.
Right.
Yeah. So that was to me, that was the social redeeming quality of it, because it's almost like that if they didn't get scared, they was going to go on and proceed on with their plans for that night, you see. which could have been devastating for their future life, you know, by having sex, you know, out of wedlock and just having sex with the college boys. But so I'm saying that for the sake of any value in the movie, I would suggest that, you know, parents see the movie, take the kids with them to see the movie.
Right.
Yeah. So it's once you get past, you know, Medea and her friends,
Right.
and all that ignorant stuff, there was a message in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. So I give it. I liked it for that.
Right. Yeah, I thought cause there's like 3 different generations in the movie, like older people, and then middle-aged people and children. And the makeup was pretty good for the older people because they made them up. And the one thing that kind of didn't sit well with me, and there were people who weren't black as far as young women in the movie, but there weren't really many young black men in the movie. And the college boys, the frat boys, were Jonathan, played by Yusef, Ericat, and Dino, played by Mike Torabane. And they were both, one is Middle Eastern, and the other one was white. And so I don't know, maybe Tyler Perry's trying to cross over and get into the mainstream movies. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. But, you know, I thought to have some young black males in the movie would have been good. So.
But Tyler Perry is a mainstream movie.
It is? Well, I mean, but, like, you know, directors want to try to make as much money as they can. Like, so if you have an all-black cast, you know, sometimes white people don't want to go see those movies.
Oh, I got you.
But then when you put, you know, integrate.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
You know how white people be acting?
Right.
So in other words, the movie is a plus then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, now, let's see. Medea Blue plus. So did you see Blade Runner?
I didn't.
Marshall?
I haven't seen that yet. These are the only 2 movies I've seen.
Kingsman?
Yeah, I saw Kingsman.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that one. Wait a minute. Let me talk about Marshall first.
Okay.
Yeah, Marshall is the story of Thurgood Marshall. It's played by, what's his name? Chad
Boseman.
Chad Boseman, who's an excellent actor.
Yeah. Excellent
actor. And I could have swore they made this movie the same time they made James Brown, because that's what he looked like in the movie. It was almost like James Brown become a lawyer, you know, with his character, you know, his Flash. But the movie was based on a true story about Thurgood Marshall. And Thurgood Marshall became the first black Supreme Court justice in America.
Right.
And, you know, that's kind of downplayed lately. You don't hear too much about that anymore. But this movie brought it all back, and they talked about the injustices in the justice system when it comes to black men. The black man was accused of raping a white woman, you know, so that's he's automatically gonna hang, you know.
Right.
And Thurgood got him off. So I don't know how to say this, but it's an excellent movie all the way around. You know, there's something in it for your children, there's something in it for adults, there's something in it for women, you know what I'm saying, there's something in it for men. So you can bring your family to the movie, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a good family movie. It's based on facts, and Chad Boseman does an excellent job of bringing that character to life. And the brother who played the one who was accused of rape, see, I didn't get these names like you do, but he played an excellent role, man. I mean, the way they built him up, the way he looked, the way he talked, everything. You know, he played the role of a black man in the South, so on the subservient level.
Like on the about to get lynched. Is that what?
Yeah, but his whole character, you know, if you looked at him in the character, you say he did it.
Right.
That's how it was a beautiful way they portrayed this thing. Like, oh, he did it. He did it, you know. And he had that subservience about him, you know, which black men had in those days, you see. I said, man, this is a masterpiece here, the way they portraying this cat, man. He's a masterpiece, man. So, Marshall, go see it. Don't wait for it to come on DVD. Go see it. It's an excellent movie. And bring your children with you, because it will inspire them. Okay, so what? So we did Kingsman.
Kingsman. I don't have my notes, I don't think, but I didn't really like Kingsman. And you you brought up something about it that maybe that's not why I don't like it. I didn't think it was that great of a movie. I thought it's kind of some of the sexual language in the movie. I thought it was kind of, they didn't have to do that, and that took away from the movie. Okay. You know. Yeah. What did you think?
Well, is it a family movie?
No.
Okay. Action?
Yeah. Pretty good action.
It was action packed, Jack.
Right.
Yeah. Racism?
I didn't see it, but was it?
Well, it's subtle.
Okay.
You know how a lot of movies in the past have this thing about it where the black people are the first ones to die?
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were the first one to die.
Right.
And then there was another one, there's another brother in there. He didn't die. But when you saw him and his friend sitting on the couch and his friend was smoking this dope or whatever it was that was killing people, you just saw two dudes.
Right.
And then later on, when the cure came around, because people was getting sick, because the brother wasn't smoking it, his Caucasian friend was.
Right.
And then when it came later in the movie, when it came around to the Caucasian gentleman getting well, and then his black friend, you know, it was like, oh man, you know, yeah, I'm glad you're not gonna die, you know, man. Right. I really love you, man. So it puts it in your mind, well, these two cats gay, you know. That was kind of like thrown out there for you to make up your own mind.
Right,
you know?
right.
Because he said, man, I really love you, man. Like, so a good friend could say that, you know,
right.
And be glad to have somebody, you know, that was on the brink of death come back. But at the same time, it left a lot of doors open to for you can make up your own mind. What were they really saying?
Right.
So to me, you know, when you only put black people in a movie to get killed in the beginning, and then the other one has the questionable male image. You see,
like emasculating.
Yeah, right. So that's a form of racism in itself.
Yeah. So just to go back, the movie is about like there's spies in England, and there's some spies in America who they team up, and I think Julianne Moore, her character, she's like a kingpin, and she wants to be like the richest person in the world because they don't recognize drug dealers. They don't recognize their wealth like in Forbes. And so she taints the drug supply around the world, and people become sick and first they become like mentally sick, and they eventually die. So that's the plot of the movie.
Yeah, and if you can see deeper into that, they list the 3 stages of the person getting sick after they smoke the weed.
Right.
And the first stage is they get euphoric,
Right.
right? And they be all happy and they be dancing and everything.
Right.
And the second stage is paralysis. They start getting sick. Their face be getting all blue, and they get paralyzed.
Yeah.
And then this third stage is death. But now what they show you in the movie is that when the people, so they were taking the people and putting them in these jails.
Yeah, in the concentration camps.
And it's almost like they were telling you,
This is what's going on.
this what's going on. This what's going to happen to you.
Right.
You know, you going from feeling good, and you know, you talk to the average person smoking weed, especially the youngsters. You know, they tell you, man, ain't nothing wrong with this. This come out the ground. This is natural. You know, and I say, okay, how long can you quit? I can quit when I get ready. You know, but they're addicted and don't even know it. Don't even know it. So that the first stage, you know, they have all these euphoric ideas and everything, and you know, they want to laugh and joke and eat and have sex and everything. Then the second stage is their life. Even though they don't become paralyzed physically, they become paralyzed in life, where they can't go forward. They've made all these mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Then the third stage of that same process is they get locked up and put in jail.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and then they kind of lay that out in increments so you can see it clearly. So anyway, so Kingsman, family movie?
No, not a film.
All right. Should they go see it or wait for DVD?
I'll wait for DVD.
I'd go see it. So we 50-50 on that one.
All right.
All right. All right. I'm looking at the time. We got about 20 movies we done seen, but I'm looking at the Black Panther trailer. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
What you think about that, man? Just the trailer itself, man.
Yeah, it's good.
It's something, ain't it?
And some posters came out yesterday.
Okay.
And Chad Boseman,
Yeah.
his character
Yeah.
has his hands like
Yeah.
Islamic prayer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's tripping everybody out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just when is it supposed to come out in February?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Black Panther, everybody's waiting on this thing, you know,
Right.
because it puts black people in a real positive, powerful light, dignified light, and everything. Yeah, and Black Panther was a Marvel superhero, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with comic books, but yeah, I believe
You're
so.
not familiar with comic books.
No, we watched cartoons when
Didn't you have some superhero stars we was talking about? Like, what's that boy?
That's Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, man.
I know Wolverine from TV.
Yeah.
I know some of them, but I don't know all of them.
But okay, wasn't he Marvel comic?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we building up Black Panther, and all I can say is if it's a flop, man, it's gonna be a disappointment for everybody.
I think it's gonna cash in.
Everybody's looking for this movie to be big. Yeah. Okay. Geostorm. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that one.
Okay, Geostorm. It's about people manipulating with the weather, governments manipulating the weather. And I've talked to people that said they liked it. I thought it was a waste of time. It should have went straight to DVD as far as I'm concerned. So my opinion is wait for it to come on DVD rather than waste your money to go see it. Foreigner. Heard about that one with Jackie Chan?
Yeah, I saw it. It was at the movies. I didn't get a chance to see it though.
Yeah, okay. That's another movie that should have went straight to DVD, in my opinion.
All right.
Jackie Chan's nemesis was Pierce Brosnan, which he played a good role. They made him up to look like an older gentleman, which he is older now, you know, and he did justice to it as far as his role goes. But the movie itself, man, you know, Jackie Chan is a superhero,
Right.
a serious action figure. They got him D-dolling around like an old man, you know, man. So didn't move me at all. You can wait to DVD as far as I'm concerned. Did we talk about Blade Runner?
No.
Oh, so
What did you think of it?
so Blade Runner, in my opinion,
Yeah.
was one of the worst movies ever made.
What, because of the budget?
Because I seen Blade Runner #1. Blade Runner #1 was a masterpiece, man. And you know, us Blade Runner fans is looking for a follow-up to that
Right.
masterpiece. You know, it wasn't about nothing, man, as far as I'm concerned. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can wait for DVD. Thor. Yeah, it's worth every bit of its money.
Okay.
Yeah, worth every bit of its money. So you can go see Thor. It's a family movie. It's excellent. Baby Driver with Jamie Foxx. Besides the fact that they made Jamie Foxx into the thug,
Right.
you know, the stereotypical black thug. Besides that, it was a decent movie. As far as you looking for action and things like that, decent movie. So it's worth going to see. Surbicon, see it. Surbicon, see it. American Made. Wait for it to come on DVD. So that's, briefly we covered a little bit of it. We got a lot more movies that we're gonna have for you next time. But we just try to screen these movies for you, the viewer, so you can say, okay, well he said don't see this one and don't see that one. And so we're trying to bring you, trying to rather save you a lot of time in your life and then tell you which ones that gonna pack a power punch to you. So we want to thank you for watching. We hope we brought something, information to you that will be of some help to you. And we're gonna have a part 2 of this movie review, right?
Right.
In a couple of weeks, right?
All right.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Brother Julius, for taking the time to go in depth when you do your movie reviews.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
So, assalamu alaikum, and thank you for watching.